Hello, 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 and welcome to the Beyond the Book Media's virtual celebrations. This is day 3. I am your host, Crystal C. Davis, one of the team members of Beyond the Book Media, and we are so excited. On Monday, we spoke to some of our challenge members, former challenge members. On yesterday, we had the privilege of speaking to publishing clients, and today is a good day. We get to speak to those that are nominated for different categories at the celebration this weekend. And so, with that being said, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not gotten your tickets to come and celebrate these lovely ladies, please, by all means, go to beyondthebookmedia.com and get your ticket for Friday and Saturday. It's going to be fire. It's going to be heat. We have one more day of virtual celebrations, which will be tomorrow at 12. But today we have with us Miss Betty Smoot Madison and Miss Lorraine Dyer with us. And these are two of our nominees. Oh, goodness. I want to say thank you and clap you ladies up and welcome to you ladies.
Thank you so much. Great being here.
Yes.
Listen, are you as excited about this weekend as I am?
Listen, I can't wait. As we were just saying, it's good to see faces, just live, even on YouTube, but to be in person is just going to be a whole nother level. So I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
It is truly another level. Let me say that I cannot wait because the way Chanel puts on the challenges, I know that this celebration is going to go up a notch, and you ladies already know it's going to go up an extra notch because she doesn't half-hearted do anything. And I just believe the way the Lord downloads, I can't wait to get that, to see the studio, the Beyond the Book Media studio itself and how it's going to be designed. I'm here for all of it. And so for those of you that are joining, again, we say welcome and thank you for taking time out of your lunch break or your day just to join in the chat with myself and Miss Betty Smoot Madison and Miss Lorraine. And I want you all that are joining and viewing, please go to StreamYard.com/ Facebook so that we can see your name and shout you out on this end and we can see your comments because we want you to join in on the conversation. Don't let us celebrate these nominees by ourselves. And my next ask is that you would share this live. If you are a nominee and you don't happen to be up on this stage with us today, we would ask that you go ahead and shout out your friends and supporters and let them know to come on in the room and enjoy this girl chat that we're about to have. It is going to be something special. And don't forget, we're celebrating Beyond the Book Media all week long. I know that the official birthday was Monday, but we're celebrating Monday through Sunday. We just gonna turn up because God has done some amazing things. And these ladies are proof that when you do what God says, he will nominate you in every category that he has already planned for you. Would you ladies agree with that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. And so how this works is that I just did what I do. I do the welcome and then I ask you ladies a couple of questions. We'll go back and forth. We'll just dialogue. So relax, relate, and release and just enjoy the conversation. I am excited that you are here and our team is here. We have Nikisa here.
Hey, Nikisa
is here. Miss Jana Palmer. Hey, Miss Jana. She says congratulations on being a nominee. Tisha Chambers, when I talk to her, I always want to call her Tisha Campbell. This lady is Tisha Chambers. I do. She'll tell you. I'll be like, Tisha. People like Crystal. So Miss Tisha Chambers is here with us. Tisha, yes. Cammie Rose is here. And these are all individuals that have either gone through the challenge, through the Brand Author Academy, the publishing processing portion of it, and or are nominated for their book. And so I am excited. We have Miss Jenny D, who talks about grief as a grief counselor and coach. I love it. I love it. I love it. So everyone is here. They're joining it and they are ready for us. I'm going to set the room one more time. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Crystal C. Davis, one of the coaches here at Beyond the Book Media and your host for today. We are speaking speaking with the nominees for their book and whatever else. I don't know. It's so many nominations out there, but for the Beyond the Book Media celebration, these young ladies have been nominated. God has called them and so many others forth, and we are excited to celebrate them and get their take. And so we're just going to go right into questions. If you have not gotten your tickets, and I'll say this at the end because we want you there, go to go to BTBM.com. I'm sorry, I said Beyond the Book Media earlier. It is BTBM.com, and get your ticket and get in the house. Come on and celebrate. It's a party, y'all. Okay. So welcome to the both of you, Miss Betty, Miss Lorraine.
Thank you.
How are you ladies doing today?
Doing good, doing great. It's awesome to be a part of this whole week-long festival of activities and celebrations. Happy to be celebrating with Beyond the Book Media, and so I'm excited.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Miss
super
Lorraine, how you
excited
doing?
too. I'm doing wonderful and super excited for Chanel and the Beyond the Book Media team and all of the nominees and challenge participants and those that will participate in the summit. It's just something for everybody, even the book fair. So I'm
Right,
excited.
right,
It's an
right.
exciting time. Yeah.
It's such an awesome lineup on Friday, the book fair, and people get to sell their books and discuss what the content is and, gain new audiences and things like that. Nothing's wrong with networking because that brings the net worth, they both
That's right.
connect. And so I really, really appreciate what the flow will be this weekend. But nonetheless, let's talk about today being nominated. So I'm going to ask both of you ladies to introduce yourself, and then we'll go right into some additional questions.
I'll hop in real quick. My name is Lorraine Dyer, and I am a maternal mental health coach, and I help women struggling with postpartum depression gain the courage and confidence to create the life of their dreams.
Love it. And I'm Betty Smoot Madison. By day, I'm actually a city planner, and I get the awesome and challenging opportunity to really plan how our cities grow and how our communities grow within our large cities, and specifically focusing on transportation. And so it's exciting to be a part of the process to just design how people move from point A to point B safely and efficiently. I've worked in public sector government for about 15 years. And so I incorporate that into my recently published book of the 3 pillars: faith, wisdom, and leadership. And I really just talk about how important it is to be grounded in faith, to incorporate wisdom in our day-to-day decision making, and to really just show up as strong leaders, no matter what our title is, no matter what our position is in life, no matter where we are in life, we can show up as leaders every single day. And so that's what my book is about.
Oh, wow. What I love about the books that have been birthed through Beyond the Book Media, but more so birthed out of you ladies and others, is that the content stretches. It's not one particular thing, but God has given all of us a different story, although intertwined in some way. It is helping us as we level up from the bottom all the way up, like mental health, as far as having babies and being a mother, being a stay-at-home mom, how to deal with those blues that come with that, quote unquote, and then going back into the work world, how that works and what that looks like and what leadership should be. And I am really, really, really excited about the books and the content that is coming forth in this season. So I am really excited about that. So this is a question, and we have let's okay, we have Dr. Monique Rogers with us. Hello, Monique. So
Hello,
Monique,
hello, Crystal.
hi. We had already gotten into a little bit into it. So what we want to do is offer you the opportunity to share who you are and tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Monique Rogers. I'm so honored to be on this show today with the amazing Crystal Davis. And hello to you, Betty Madison. I am an international best-selling author of the book Accelerate. And I used to work for Beyond the Book Media as a writing coach. And I'm so honored, excuse me, to be nominated for Writing Coach of the Year. Woo! I love writing. I
That's
love
awesome.
celebrating people, and I'm on my way to celebrate my grandmother right now on her 80th birthday. And so I am a celebrator, I'm a motivator, and I want to encourage you throughout your writing journey because writing is my passion. So that's who I am. I encourage, I celebrate, and I love, and I cheer you on till you make it to the finish line.
Hey, that is
Love it.
exactly what she does. She is
Did you
truly
catch
a
the
go.
energy?
Yes.
Thank you.
She is, and let me say, the energy that you see before you now, let me
Love
tell
it.
you, it's that energy all day, every single day.
It's
She is
contagious.
a blessing to
Thank
God
you
and His
so
work.
much.
And so, what I want to do and ask ladies, if you would put your mics on mute so we don't ping off each other and have no sound effects and things like that. We don't have no echo and things like that as we go along. And so what I'll do is when I ask the questions, then we'll just go around the room counterclockwise or how I see you on my screen. And so I'll start with Miss Betty Smoot Madison. Tell me, how did you feel when you received that email saying that you were a nominee?
I was kind of shocked, and I questioned whether I was like, "Is this real?" I kept kind of asking and waiting, like, did I receive this by mistake or what? So, but I was really like excited. And I, honestly, like when I partnered with Beyond the Book Media to publish my book, they were just so amazing and awesome. And one of the things that I shared on Clubhouse earlier in the week was that when I was looking for a publisher, I really prayed and asked God to connect me and align me with a publisher that was really kingdom based, and that it was a company that was aligned with the message that's in my book, so that would not be altered or watered down or changed. And so that was really important to me. So it's just really exciting to be nominated for Publisher's Choice, and it really just shows that they recognize the value and the content in my book and the message in my book, and that just means the world to me. It really does.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. I celebrate each of you. Miss Lorraine, go ahead and tell us, how did you feel when you received that nomination? I'm acting like this is the Golden Globes. Like when you got the call, what were you feeling? What were you thinking?
It is the Golden Globes for us.
Right.
Yes.
Us Beyond the Book Media folks, this is the Golden Globes. I was actually nominated Author of the Year. And so I about fell out my chair because I authored my book and published about 2 years ago. So to receive a nomination, I just was so appreciative. And also because I write on such a delicate topic, postpartum depression, I was really surprised and grateful that it's being given such visibility because it's so needed, particularly in our community among Black women. But you would think something like Faith on the Move or some other up tempo faith based topic. But for postpartum depression to really get a bit of the spotlight, I'm just so honored by that.
Amen. Amen. And it is a beautiful thing to see that God is faithful to his word, that it doesn't matter when you wrote it, when it's time for him to bring it forth and to shine a light upon it, he'll do it in just his time, because in due
In his
season, he
time.
says, in his
Yeah.
timing, and he doesn't forget us, no matter if we wrote it 5 years ago, because we were obedient. When it's time to announce and nominate and celebrate, he won't forget our name. And that's the beauty of the Father that we serve. So I appreciate that. Dr. Monique, tell us about where you were. This is remember, this is the Golden Globes. I mean the Media Globes. So tell me where you were when you got the news. What was you feeling like?
Oh my goodness. I was at my computer and all I could do was like scream as soon as it said, "You've been nominated as Writing Coach of the Year." I was like, what in the world? No way. Because y'all know Crystal Davis is an amazing coach. Nakisa and all of the team are so amazing. For someone to nominate me, I was like, oh my God, someone thought of me. Oh my goodness, in the midst of such greatness, I was so honored. So I was like, oh my goodness, somebody nominated me.
Well, let me tell you something about Dr. Monique. It did not take that nomination for her to be like, wow. She just like that on.
I believe it.
It did not take, but congratulations nonetheless. Let me tell you, and just because I was nominated too as Coach of the Year, I just about fell out my seat too. I was like, what? Okay. But because when you do what you do for the kingdom. You don't do it for accolades, but you understand that it is a byproduct of obedience and being under such an anointing and authority as Beyond the Book Media, as Chanel, as the visionary. And so it is just a byproduct. And by the way, Chanel is there. She says, congratulations to all the nominees. So hello, Chanel, and welcome.
Thank you, Chanel. Love you.
And so, Miss Betty, you already kind of answered this a little bit, but I'll ask it anyway. And then we'll go to Miss Lorraine, and then we'll go to Dr. Monique, and then we'll come back to you, Miss Betty. But what were you nominated for? No. How did you find out about Beyond the Book Media? Let's start there.
Yeah, so I found out about Beyond the Book Media pretty much through, I think, Google, Facebook, kind of tracking my search engines and my searches and my algorithms. So around the time that I had a really good what I thought was a really good manuscript completed, I started just kind of Googling publishing companies. And honestly, it's so many out there that I really just didn't know, like, who to start with, which one to go with, which one to reach out to, just where to start. Like, I just really didn't know how to even initiate that process. So I just kind of took a moment and said, God, I need you in this. I need you in this process. At the time, I also had a cousin who has self-published about 4 books. And so I was really kind of toiling between, working with him and allowing him to help me through the self-publishing process, or whether to go with the actual company. And I will add to this that I really wanted to support a Black-owned publishing company as well. So that was a part of my prayers. Like, God, just lead me and align me to the things that are, that I'm asking for. And so shortly after, I'll add in that my cousin is, he's not quite aligned. We're not aligned in faith, where he's not a big God person. And we're, I think our values are probably a little bit different. And so I really, was struggling with whether he was the right person to help me with my book. And so when I really started praying and asking God, like, I need someone who's really kingdom based. I want to make sure, that they are aligned in my message. They believe in my message wholeheartedly. And so it kind of needs to be a Christian-based company. And, the saying that a house divided cannot stand, right? I kind of took that as my leading, phrase for looking for a publishing company. Like, we can't be divided in this, in this message for us to develop great content in my book. And so that was really what led me in my prayers. And after a while, God really just revealed to me, your heart's desires, which was to work with my family and really support my family. Your heart's desires aren't really aligning with what you're asking me for. And so that really was the decision at that point. Was like, okay, maybe, not working with my cousin on this project is really what is needed. So soon after, I was on Facebook, scrolling through Facebook, and I saw an ad from Chanel, and it just kind of came up. I had not seen any publishing company ads before, my Google searches. So that's how I know. All of this stuff is connected. But I started seeing ads, and I saw ads from Chanel, and I think it was an ad for the 21-day boot camp, if I remember correctly. And I really just started following Beyond the Book Media page. And I really just liked the content and the messaging that they were putting out there. I was like, yes, this is it. This is the type of company I want to work with. And it just really sealed, it was like a cherry on the top that it was a Black woman owned company. So that was really amazing to me. And so I just really started honing in on the messages, kind of catching any webinars or anything like that they would have. And soon after, I was like, yeah, I think they're the one. And I reached out to them, had a consultation with Chanel, and that was pretty much it. I really saw how personable she was and just how much of a kingdom spirit she had. And that was what led me to decide. It didn't take much longer after that. After that call, I think Chanel sent the contract maybe the next day, and I
wow. Listen, so, that's how God moves. He moves swiftly. When we're swift to be obedient, he moves swiftly. Miss Lorraine, we'll hear from you now. How did you find out about Beyond the Book Media?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was really at my lowest low as it relates to suffering with postpartum depression. And I learned of a young lady who was also suffering with postpartum depression. And she was driving across a bridge and she stopped her car on the bridge and went over. And her three kids were still in the car. And I was just so, I get emotional every time I tell her story because she saved my life. I was just so taken because it was a young Black woman from my hometown, and I had driven across that bridge countless
Mm.
times.
Wow.
And for me, that was a wake up call to really begin to take postpartum depression seriously and to get the help that I needed. So I went to Books a Million. I'm all teared up, so now my face looks red. I went to Books a Million, and I was looking for books on postpartum depression, and 3 out of 5 Black women suffer with maternal mental health disorders. So this isn't something uncommon. And there were no books with women that look like me. And I told her, I said, that's not right. And she said, well, why don't you write one? And I said very flippantly back to her, I think I will. And so I ended up, sharing that with a friend of mine, Tavia Wiggins, and she said, I know somebody that does something with books. And so through word of mouth, she shared with me about Chanel and Beyond the Book Media. And I initially enrolled in the 7-day challenge.
Okay.
And I didn't write my book in 7 days. And so I still had to kind of stay on the bandwagon. I like to say I had an immersive experience with Beyond the Book Media because right after that, we had the summit that I participated in, an awards ceremony. And then in December, Chanel had a 21-day writing challenge as well. So I participated in the 21 day and I finished my book in 14 days. So I like to say I wrote my book in 21 days as a result of finding Beyond the Book Media. And by spring, my book was published. So I had a really, really great experience. And I'm so grateful for word of mouth and for the opportunity to now be able to provide a resource for women like Stanley. Who probably did not have access to the same type of healthcare services and advantages that I had.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss LeRae. Dr. Monique, tell us about you and how did you find out about Beyond the Book Media?
Yes, I was in Right With Me in 2019. And just like you ladies on here, I did that 7-day challenge. And oh my goodness, I wrote Falling in Love with Jesus that became a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And I was so excited. I was like, okay, I'm going to stick with this writing group right here. What else do y'all got going on? So then I got promoted as a moderator in the group. And then they had it where you could do like become an admin. And I was like, okay, I'm going to apply for that too. And then I got selected for that. And then after 2 years, I got called on to help with Beyond the Book Media to be a part of the family. I was like, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. What do y'all need me to do? And so I did the Hour of Power and encouraged writers on Friday evenings and pump them up like, come on, y'all, get your gumption going. You're going to finish this race. You're going to do this. Y'all going to get through this. And you're going to accomplish these books and get out more and more books. And so it was just so fun to encourage
Wow.
all of the authors on every Friday. And it was like so amazing. Like I was just pumped up every Friday on being Beyond the Book Media. It was so life changing. Just I learned so much on how to be a leader and how to help other people and how to coach people effectively to their goals so that they do reach the finish line and that they do accomplish them in a short amount of time. So it was just such an honor because being under that anointing oil of acceleration from Chanel with that genius engineer brain, Lord, I got so much oil passed down to me. I think it was like a double a portion of that was imparted. And
Oh,
so I'm
wow.
just honored.
Oh,
So
wow. Thank you.
honored and thankful
Thank
for that.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. So, some of you have already said, but for those that are just now joining, we say welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I'm your coach, Crystal C. Davis, and the host of this beautiful chat as we have this virtual celebration, as we continue to celebrate the birthday of Beyond the Book Media, and as we walk our way onto the in-person live event on Friday and Saturday, that is sure to be a treat. We have with us Miss Betty Smoot Madison, and we have Miss LeRae Dyer and Dr. Monique Rogers. These are women that have been nominated in various categories for awards. And so what I want to ask you now is for those that's just joining, go ahead and tell us again, what were you nominated for? And we know how it made you feel when you found out you were nominated, but tell us what you were nominated for. And if you have something else you want to add about that initial feeling, go right on ahead. And we'll start with Lorraine.
Awesome. Thank you. Again, I was nominated for Author of the Year. And I know you said you know how I feel, but I have to reiterate how super excited I am about that. It's just amazing. The thing about it is, right after I published my book, I was scheduled to have a book launch. And here comes COVID, ruining my plans. And I never really promoted my book after that. So it really just I have some boxes in the garage. So I promoted it to the walls and to the garage door, but I never really put myself out there. And there were opportunities that periodically would come up, but I did not take advantage of that. And so I'm just appreciative to God for making the decision that my book needed spotlight. And so, like I mentioned, 3 out of 5 Black women struggle with maternal mental health issues, and it's a much needed topic. And we're not necessarily having these conversations. I think they're difficult to have in the church, and they're difficult to have in healthcare spaces because we don't necessarily have the representation we need to have conversations with people that understand our perspective and experience. So I just think it's fantastic to be nominated in a way that allows the topic to be raised and to help facilitate conversation surrounding that. So I'm tremendously grateful. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Lorraine. And what I love about your story, and I've heard you share it, and each time I still get that same feeling when you say that, hey, I didn't really market it because COVID came, and you know what the scripture says about our plans and God's plans. So how we make our own plans and God has something else, and his plan shall prevail. But what I love about it is that you said, I didn't do a whole lot of marketing. But when you have Christ as your marketer, when he is Jehovah marketeer, that's what I call it. He goes out here, he will make sure that the content, when we are following his guidelines and when we're doing obediently what he's asked us to do, we can feel like we're hidden in the background. He will always bring us forth. And that is the beauty of serving and understanding that with service, our Savior will give you all the spotlight you need because he is the sun. He is the sunshine. He is the light. He is the way. He is all of that. And when your truth matches his truth, he'll make sure that it gets out. And so I just wanted to add that little tidbit to that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Coach. I was saying, if I can add something, I would like to say that at the time that I wanted to launch my book, I had a book. And that was the extent of it. I had a book and I had a logo. I had no business, no nothing. And in continuing to work with Beyond the Book Media, after I published my book, I now have a brand. I now have a business. And so I couldn't support it before. The book could have gotten the exposure that I desired, but it would not have went nearly as far as the potential that it has to go now that I have a brand behind the book. So I want to credit that to Chanel and to God as well.
You know what, you just honed in on something. That is the truth. And what I love is that it is truly a manuscript to marketplace.
Absolutely.
I don't even want to call it kingdom assignment that Chanel has, right? And so it entails more than just you completing the manuscript and you getting out what you wanted to get out or what you felt like you needed to get out. It is truly a step-by-step from writing in the challenge or the Brand Author Academy and then into the publishing phase of it, because it all blends in and nothing changes as you go from one phase to the next. But then having Chanel to have those extra steps of teaching you how to market in the different courses and things that she gives to those that are entrenched in Beyond the Book Media goes far beyond what some companies will give. Her end goal is that your story, which is ultimately God's story, is really told, and that you know how to display what he brought you through and the triumphant, victorious person that you are through it all. So it's just not, hey, I wrote a book and you just at every vending table. Now you have an entire brand. And then she teaches you and mentors individuals as to how to walk in that brand and be the brand you're called to be. So it's awesome on every side. Dr. Monique, did you want to add anything to that? What are you nominated for?
I'm nominated for Writing Coach of the Year. Woo! Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. I'm so happy. And so I'm just honored with the nomination because I love encouraging people, cheering people on, letting them know that your dream can come true with writing and helping them get to the finish line. So this is just an honor. Like, whoever nominated me, thank you. I love you. And I'm sending you some virtual hugs and high fives to thank you for nominating me for this amazing award.
Chanel says, thank you, Lorraine, for your kind words. She said, oh, thank you. Okay, Betty, we'll go right on to you. And what were you nominated for? And again, how did it make you feel being nominated?
So I was nominated for Publisher's Choice for my book, The Three Pillars, Faith, Wisdom, and Leadership. And as I mentioned, I really was surprised. I was like, is this real? But at the same time, it really came at a perfect time because my book was published maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. So I've been, posting a lot of things on social media, doing giveaways and kind of doing just a lot of stuff to really market my book. But I think I was really starting to kind of feel a little discouraged. And I really am an encourager at heart. Like, a lot of the messaging that I post on my social media pages, all of the messaging in my book is really intended to be encouraging. And I really have most of my life had strong faith. Encouragement is what having a positive mindset and being a positive pusher is really my lifestyle. Like, it's something that I've lived by for a very long time. And so I just try to share positivity, share encouragement, share inspiration. But I was really starting to feel a little down because I just felt like I wasn't seeing the rewards of what me and God talked about.
Right.
And one thing I had to keep reminding myself is on that note was just, I wrote this book to be generational. And so for me to expect to see the rewards in 4 months is just probably not a realistic expectation for something that I expect to reach millions over generations. And so I really had to give myself grace in that aspect. But I think receiving the nomination really just helped me see that, God is faithful and he will send these, confirmations along the way to say, keep going. And that's really what my book is about. My book is about encouraging people to keep going through those difficult and challenging times and fighting past our minds that tell us a lot of things that will often take us into these dark places, and really fighting past that and keep going. And so that nomination really was a keep going moment for me. And so I'm really thankful for it. It really is, even if I don't win, it was confirmation for me.
Wow, how beautiful. And how you just segue right into my next question. But that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. What I love is that you had an aha moment, as I call them. Nikisa say you are so deserving of this, Betty.
Thank you.
Oh, look at, she's so sweet. But I like to write. You'll see me looking over, so forgive me. But I like to write little nuggets that I get when you all are speaking. But you said when you realized that, you was like, God, this is not what we discussed, and it's not taking off as I thought it would. And I was planning on being this Amazon bestseller and New York Times, and I had, you had rolled out your own red carpet and stuff, and then he was like, wait. The carpet stopped,
Stop.
And so, but you said when you had the epiphany or the aha moment that this book is supposed to be generational. So something we might not see it right now.
Absolutely.
But for generations to come, it will reach the masses.
That's right.
My grandchildren or my children may celebrate different from me, because imagine your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren saying, I can go to the library. My grandmother, my great-grandmother's book is there.
Mm-hmm.
They can go to college, and when they have to do their dissertations, they can say, well, I'm going to choose my grandmother's book to write about postpartum blues and things of the African-American culture and things that we deal with as women, or whatever the case may be. It may not show up in your right now, but the blessing is still right now. And so,
Hallelujah to that.
so that's another beautiful thing. Something else that you said is that you had to say, Betty, because I'm talking to you, right? You're talking to
Mhm.
yourself, and you say, but accept grace.
Yes.
Because grace is God's gift for when we don't see what he said, but we know that
Mhm.
he said it. And when we just know that we know that God, you cannot lie.
That's right.
There's God, there has to be grace for this.
Yep.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
And I always say, like, even as encouragers, the encouragers need encouragement.
Come on, honey, because I'm an encourager it's innate in me.
Yes.
I just love to make sure everybody is okay. But every now and again,
You
we
need,
need somebody to say, "Hey, how are you today?"
yes.
And that is how we, our circle, the people that filter through our process with us, our journey. We have to make sure that those things are there. The people that are part of your circle of influence, you need to make sure that when you're empty, that you're just not the pourer, because there's a time to be the planter too, right?
That's
And
right.
so after I planted and I pour and the harvest is coming, I need somebody to work this vineyard with me, right? And so you want to make sure that where you're planting your seeds and watering, that the people, because the word said the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So you want to make sure you get in with the laborers, right? And so, it's an awesome thing to have the gift of encouragement, because so many people need it for so many reasons. Postpartum, just leadership, all kinds of areas that we can touch. But if we don't feel filled, we really don't pour well. It spills out, but what's spilling? And so we just want to make sure that we're in the right place, that our pour is at the room temperature that it needs to be, and that the cup is full enough that when I pour, I'm not empty. And then when I am empty, I know I can go to the well that never runs dry. So that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Beyond the Book Media nominated each of you ladies for these amazing, amazing awards: Publisher's Choice, Author of the Year, Writing Coach of the Year, all of that. And it's a big deal. And no matter the results, we are all winners, because I'm nominated as well. I'm just happy to be in, people say it, and you look at the Golden Globes and all of that, and they say, I was just happy to be nominated. And sometimes you can tell it's so real, and sometimes you be like, But I truly am just glad to be in that number. Do
Be
you
in the
understand?
numbers.
And so what I want to ask here is, why should people support you and your amazing body of work? Because for some of us, it's one book now, but God has so many others inside of us. And so there's a lot coming from us, and God has a lot that he's placed on us. So why should people support you, your book? And I was going to go to Dr. Monique, but she's having a little technical, there she is. And so why should people support you and your amazing body of work? Dr. Monique, we'll start with you, because we know you're traveling to grandmother's. So we'll start with you.
People should support me because I love people. And that's why I'm traveling 3 hours, because I love my grandmother. I love authors. I love inspiring people to become their best. And so with being an author and being a inspiration as a writing coach, and even being now a business coach, people should be supporting me, because I am helping people to become better every single day. I'm inspiring my team. I'm inspiring intercessors, and I'm inspiring men and women of God to go further in what God has called them to do, especially as authors. So I pray that my life is a blessing and an encouragement to others, that every person that I meet, that they take away Jesus just from having a conversation with me, that their lives are never the same, that they're inspired to go higher in God, and that they experience joy and exceedingly greater joy upon their lives, and that they experience a true relationship with God that takes them even deeper than they could ever have imagined. So people should believe in me and be inspired by me, because I want to continuously encourage people to find God in everything and go after God this year, especially find God and encourage other people in getting saved and getting ready for this end time harvest of revival, and just really, really reeling in and being all that we need to be for Jesus.
Amen, amen, amen. I love it, Dr. Monique. You haven't lost your touch, girl. Come on.
I love you.
I love you too. God bless you. So we'll go right to you, Betty. Tell me, why should people support you and your body of work?
Yeah, so I think as I mentioned before, just I'm an encourager at heart, and so a lot of the messaging and content that I put in my book is around encouraging. And I think about the story of Barnabas, and his name means son of encouragement, right? And so I struggled with like identifying what my gift was at one point, and when I found out that encouragement was my gift and that could be my ministry, I really ran with that. And I just love being able to have an encouragement ministry. One of the things about Barnabas was that he possessed exceptional spiritual qualities, and he had an unshakable confidence in God. And I just really felt so connected with that. And so I really am committed to being an encourager through my company, Birthmark Enterprises, which we believe that we are birthed with purpose and marked for greatness. And I am building that as my brand. And it is based on the foundational pillars of my book, and that is faith, wisdom, and leadership. And so if you want positive messaging daily, I share a lot of declarations that are Bible based and spiritual based. And I just share just a lot of positive content. I think we need it. I especially in this season, especially in these times that we are in with so much happening in the world. I think about Lorraine's message with mental health. I work in the transportation field, and we see it there too. That people often get on the roads and, dealing with mental crisis, and that impacts everybody that's around them. And so I just know that, a lot of times, even the message that I share, I'm encouraging myself, and I know that, there's somebody else that needs that encouragement. And so I would say, for sure, go get my book. And follow me on social media. I can be found at @BeInspired_by Birthmark. I post a lot on Instagram. But yeah.
Right. Wonderful. And you said birth with purpose and marked for
greatness.
Okay. Yes. I needed to write that in the chat. So just
Yes.
in case somebody missed it, because I know that's a whole pill to swallow right there. And so Lorraine, we open the floor to you. Why should people support your body of work and your amazing, amazing work?
Yeah, thanks so much. I was thinking about this when you asked the question. And honestly, I really would be honored for people to support me. But the reality is that my book it's not about me. I wrote it as a memoir, but it's really about the 75% of Black and Brown women that don't seek treatment. And when you don't seek treatment, you potentially self diagnose. You may not attend to what you're challenged with, or worse things happen. The number one leading cause of suicide, suicide is the number one leading cause of death among new moms. And so we just have an epidemic on our hands. And I think, women listening to this may not have struggled with postpartum depression, but I guarantee they know someone who has. And this isn't just for birthing women. There are also so many women within our communities that have suffered miscarriage. And so, if you have a sister, I wrote in my book, I provided an opportunity for different women to share their stories. And my husband's mother shared her story of how real and raw her postpartum depression was when she was younger. And it's still something she can recount like it was yesterday. So there are a ton of women that can identify with this. And I just ask you to support Black and Brown women in our community so that we are at our healthiest and at our best, so we can have strong families and strong communities.
Oh, God bless you. I love that. I love that. And because Miss Betty Smoot, I'm gonna give this last question in. I know she has to go and be great, because that's what she is, because she is truly, truly, truly birthed with purpose and marked for greatness. We're gonna get this last question in, and I'll start with you so that you can go do what you have to do. And so the last question, I guess, is it a question? Yeah, it is a question. What words of encouragement or congratulations would you ladies like to share with the Beyond the Book Media team, the staff, us? What do you want to say? And we'll start with Miss Betty, then we'll go with Lorraine, because Dr. Rogers is full of energy. We'll close out with the energy burst there.
I think my message in 2 words is keep going. The world needs you. I know and understand there may be various seasons when you're building a company such as this that is going to be a mega house. And I would just encourage you to keep going. We need you. I'm so thankful that I was connected to Beyond the Book Media during my publishing process. I can't even imagine working with any other company. And I know that The Three Pillars is not my last book. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work with Beyond the Book Media. So I would just say, keep going. Like, no matter what the challenges may come, no matter what is going on around you, keep going, because the world needs this company.
Well, bless you. We thank you. And we know that you have to go
Yes.
be great. And so thank you so much for your time. From our heart to yours, we say thank you. And
It's
so,
been
Lorraine,
great
we'll
being on
go
here.
right to you.
I want to extend I just want to extend a tremendous amount of gratitude and congratulations to Beyond the Book Media. I have two littles. Melody is 6 and Malachi is 3, and I know how nice and naughty 3-year-olds can be. So to be at a 3rd year anniversary, I know it has not been easy. There have been some very challenging, frustrating times, and there have also been some extremely rewarding and exciting times. And so I'm really just so proud of all that has been accomplished. And we're talking about nationwide impact in terms of some of the works that have been completed. We're talking about generational impact for other works. I know that KBN and even with Beyond the Book Media has reached international heights. So it's
Right.
just one plants and other waters, but God has given the increase, and the increase that God has given is truly abundant. And so I'm so excited, so happy to be a part of it, so happy to have received the fruit thereof, and also bear fruit that others may receive as well. So congratulations, Chanel and Beyond the Book Media.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Lorraine. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your book and your transparency. And I just say thank you. Dr. Monique Rogers, come on and close us out. And if you have, Miss Encourager, words of encouragement and congratulations for the Beyond the Book Media team, you have the floor. You can you speak, Dr. Monique? See, can I take you off of mute? Monique. I don't know. She must be having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I think
Let's.
she can hear.
Mm, 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 mm. You can hear me? I don't know what she can't hear. She probably can't see either because she's driving. Would you-
Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Now you will wait till I get finished to that last click. I was typing it in the chat. So the question was, and we're going to end with you, and we have a few minutes. So go ahead and tell us what words of encouragement or congratulations would you like to share with the Beyond the Book Media team?
Yes, I would like to share encouragement that if you are just beginning and starting your book, it's okay to start somewhere and start with your book, because you will finish, you will get to the finish line, you will get published, and you will get that best-selling status that you've dreamed of with being with Beyond the Book Media. And I'm telling you, this is a group of women that are inspired to transform your lives for eternity. So any person that comes through, touches through, or even comes near Beyond the Book Media, you are going to be blessed, you are going to be prosperous, and your books are not only going to be going up, they're going to grow and go higher because of being planted in such a great soil, of putting your books in a great ground and being able to be a part of an amazing community of growth, an amazing community of inspiring women of God that are going to push you and motivate you to conquer all in life. And so I just want to encourage you, everyone that's out there, sign up with Beyond the Book Media. It will change your life. It's the best publishing company. It's the best that you'll ever be able to be a part of. 21 days keys to your life will be transformed forever. You will get your book done. You will have excellence in it, and you will go higher in God. There will be an acceleration upon you, and you will experience great things in your life because God has definitely done it for me just from being in it for not even a short amount of time. There was a huge acceleration upon my life just from being a part of this. So I encourage all of you, get your books published with Beyond the Book Media and get your coaching with all of these amazing coaches that will push you to where you need to be with your books. And oh my gosh, definitely stay connected with the women of God that were also on this today. I want to encourage you in that. And I want to encourage you to go after your dream this year. Maybe you have been wanting to get a book published and you've been afraid. Listen, this is 2022, the year of the double double. Get your book out now. Don't let fear hold you hostage from getting that book out, but get your book out now. This is the now time. This is the go time. This is the acceleration time that God is calling forth authors in the earth to publish and go after their dreams. So don't let people stop you. Don't let you stop you. And don't let nothing in this world stop you from fulfilling your dream of becoming a writer. If God can do it for me as a little girl, at 7 years old, writing books with a piece of paper and selling it for 25 cents to people in the school and teachers and students buying it. He can do the same thing of making your great dreams come true as a writer. You can be the bestseller of your family. And I tell you, God is able to do anything that you put your mind to. Because listen, this is my first collaboration I've ever done with 7 volumes in 3 months time frame was completed. And my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt are in all of these volumes, and I'm so honored to go present my grandmother her book as a best-selling author at the age of 80 years old. Wow!
Yes,
Glory to God, y'all.
congratulations, grandmother, and happy birthday. What a way to celebrate. Thank you so much, Dr. Monique, for those encouraging words for the Beyond the Book Media team and those that are a part of the family and those that will become a part of this beautiful and wonderful family. I want to say thank you to each of you ladies for allowing us a small portion of your day to express how you feel about being nominated. I want to say congratulations to each and every last one of you. For those that are looking to get your tickets, it is www.btbmweek.com. And by all means, please go there and purchase your tickets. We want to see you come Friday. We have another one of these virtual celebrations on tomorrow. So please, by all means, come back, because what is going to be tomorrow is you'll get to meet the Beyond the Book Media team, inclusive of myself. So come on back, join us, bring your popcorn, bring your ears, bring your heart, because we'll tap into your heartstrings. And so we just want to share a little bit about us, share a little bit about Beyond the Book Media. It's going to be so much fun. And Chanel's going to give a story that is sure, bring some tissues, because that's what's going to happen tomorrow. And don't wear your eyelashes. Put them on Friday and Saturday. But come and join and celebrate in person on Friday and Saturday, and just come on and join us. We want to see your faces. You can wear your mask if you feel led to do so, but just come and be in the atmosphere. There's one thing about virtual, and I'm virtual out right at this moment, right? Because we've been zoomed out and all that good stuff. So I'm virtual out right now. But what I want to say is the presence is different in person. The oil is different in person. Not that God can't go wherever through the screens and all of that. He can. But in person, the oil is fresh. It's right there. It's different. And so I invite you all to go to btbmweek.com and get you a ticket. Be seated in the room. That is a birthday present. If your birthday is coming, buy that for yourself. But come on in the room, as the old school song say, come on in the room, because Jesus, the doctor, will be in the building. Let me just say that. He's going to be in the building on Friday and Saturday. Friday, you get to support vendors, purchase books, get to know the authors, and it's going to be an intimate setting. Saturday, it's going to be a lot of teachings, a lot of nuggets dropped, a lot of mindset shifting and things going on. We just believing that the Ruach of God is just going to blow on everybody that's in the room. And then Saturday night, we're going to party like it's 1999. We're going to celebrate Prince, and he's not even here, right? And so we're going to have a good time, and we're going to celebrate our nominees. We're going to celebrate our winners, but we're going to do it together, and we're going to have a good time doing it. So again, if you have not gotten your ticket and you say, oh, this virtual celebration has been good thus far, then go ahead and purchase your ticket at btbmweek.com. And then go on the Beyond the Book Media Facebook page and say congratulations, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy all of that good stuff. 3 years in the making, and God has done some wonderful things, even in pandemic. God has been faithful, and He has blessed even the more. And so be a part of the family. We welcome you to join the Brand Author Academy as well, where we help people birth their books, not in 21 days anymore. We're doing it in 7 days now. Well, we're not doing it, but God is doing it, and we're helping along the way. We are the midwives to what God is birthing out in 7 days now. And it is happening, and people are moving forward in their faith and in what they are purposed and designed to do. And so we're excited that God has chosen us, and we are privileged to be a part of His process. So again, thank you, Lorraine. Thank you again, Dr. Monique Rogers. We really appreciate you. I cannot wait to see you ladies on Friday and Saturday. I'm ready to celebrate you. Know that you are a winner, whether your name is called or not. You are a winner because you work for the kingdom, and you are a kingdom daughter. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you to our viewing audience. Thank you for giving us your time today. Thank you for taking time to chat with us. Thank you to each and every one of you. We have a couple of congratulations. JS Emissary says congratulations. Nakisa sends her congratulations. And I want to say this as Arenze Madu says keep going, and amen to what Betty Smoot was saying. And so we just want to know ladies, that we are super excited for you. We are super thrilled that you were nominated, and we believe that it's going to be a good time on both Friday and Saturday. Again, I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to meet our viewing audience there. Tickets are on sale at btbmweek.com. Not sale like was Monday. If you didn't get them on Monday, they're back at the regular price, but we're selling them still. Seats are still available. I should say it that way. Seats are still available. And we are pleased that you joined us. Thank you, ladies, and congratulations on your nominations. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll see you tomorrow at 12, everybody. Come right on back. Join us tomorrow. You two ladies, come on and join the conversation tomorrow, where you'll get to meet the team at 12 p.m. Don't be late, because you'll miss us. Come on back. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.